What's going on, guys? Heart Pirates TCG here. I am bringing you the first ever market watch I have ever done, and I decided to do this because the prices are super cool right now for some of these cards, and I just kind of want to go over them to keep you all informed on what's happening and spot some trends in the card game. So my first one that I actually just came aware of this is yesterday. During the pre-release, so someone told me that, you know, the super rare MIHAWK was going for about $13 or $14, and you know, if you look at market price, about 14 right here, last sold 12, 13, 14, right here. Let me move my camera a little bit for you guys. Yep, so 12, 13, 14 right there. Guys, I really don't see this dropping anytime soon, honestly. Because when you think of it like this, right? So obviously OP01, actually that's going to be one of the ones we talk about, but it's still going for around $200, right? And this is a super rare in OP01 that is going to be used in a variety of decks: Blurple Croc, Blurple Kaido, Queen, Mono Crocodile. There's just a lot of decks that are going to use this card, and super rares in a set that is now 3 sets old is going to be kind of hard to come by, especially with myself and a couple other YouTubers that made videos kind of showcasing Crocodile strength. Or just blue strength in general. I think this is going to be a chase card. Honestly, if you have some MIHAWKs, I mean, maybe even possibly they go to like $16 or $17 if one tops like a regionals, or even wins a regionals or something like that, like it's one that uses 3 or 4 of these. So it's going to be kind of a hard card to come by. Myself, I actually, when I found out that that it was 13 or 14 bucks, I was looking through my binder. I only have 5, right? And I bought a case of OP01. Now obviously I probably like sold or traded some of them during OP01 for some other cards that I might have needed at the time, but damn, do I wish I would have held on to some of these guys. So some of these like staples, from sets, I would definitely hold on to, because obviously cards like even Nami, Film Nami, it jumped up a lot too because it was getting used in a deck that had a lot of hype. So MIHAWK, right? So next thing we're going to talk about is actually the not the rise, but the fall of Soga King right here, guys. So all the way in the pre-release, it was going for around $690, $700. Now we can see market price about 220. Last sold 220, 224, 220. Guys, this is a very very weird decline, considering a lot of the Crocodile lists and Queen lists are playing this card. This is probably one of the most playable of the manga cards, because in set 1 we had Shanks, who like no one plays right now, but obviously for collecting's sake he's still really cool. Looks like my battery died again. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry guys, let me go ahead and stop that real quick. Okay, but yeah, so in set 2, what was the chase card? It was God, I can't even think of the set 2 chase card for the manga rare. I think it was Ace. I believe it was Ace, now that I think about it. And Ace is, I mean, obviously playable, but not a lot of cards or not a lot of decks are using them in this format, at least as far as we know of right now. And the fact that Ace is still probably going for like $600-700, I haven't checked, but the fact that this is 220 is definitely like kind of weird. I think this should definitely be like a $350 card, and maybe it will go up to that as we see more decks be like playing this card. That's Soga King. Next, obviously I talked about this a little bit earlier, but we got sealed boxes of OP01 Romance Dawn, going for steadily about $200. I mean, it hasn't really dropped. It's definitely gone up. So it dropped massively to about 140, 150, all the way in like August. But now, as we're reaching set 4, it's back up to about $200. So if you held on to a bunch of boxes, this is probably a good time to either open them or get rid of them, because I don't see it going up. Obviously you should keep a couple for like collection sakes, and like maybe 10-15 years from now this will be worth a few thousand, maybe like something like Pokemon, like boxes are selling for like 8-9,000 just as a collector's piece. But if you're not looking to hold it for that long, I would definitely get rid of it. Probably get rid of at least a few. Probably right now is a good time to make your money back on some of the boxes, because 200, it went up a lot over the last like month. So next we're going to talk about Vivi. So this is really cool, guys, because obviously the pre-release prices are a little bit different, but it's got the waifu tax of Market price is about $125. What's crazy is the secret rare is only going for like $15, $10. But you know, people are, you know, latest sales, one sold for 103, which is pretty cheap, but you know, a few days before that, one sold for 130, two sold for 130 actually. So maybe it is about $103 right now because that's the last sold. But what's really cool is Vivi is a horrible leader. Like no one is predicting Vivi to be meta. Now she might, you know, top a tournament, you know, here or there, but it's probably like a skill thing and not a deck thing. But what's crazy about Vivi is, so she's 103 and she is far less playable than Isho, who, you know, his latest sale is about 120, but for some reason we see one right here going for $90. So I'm not really sure which one we can go off of, but market price is about 120, and Isho is far more playable, and honestly just as iconic in my opinion as Vivi. Now so like I just think it's really weird how like card games have like a waifu tax, how like, you know, if a character that we all used to like honestly have a crush on, or like do naughty things in the bathroom with to pictures of it, you know, it's gonna be worth a lot more. So it's just crazy to see that, because Isho is far better leader than Vivi is, at least for now. So we'll see how this continues to shape up. But Isho players, I don't know, like it's probably a decent time to sell it. I mean, 120. This one's selling for I wouldn't sell it for 90, but you know, last sold is 120. If you can sell it for like 105 or something like that, I would definitely take that deal, because I could see it dropping down to like $70 really cool art though. I like it a lot. Next we're going to talk about this one right here. Is a little odd, right? So I actually traded mine for some good value to a friend of mine for a couple parallel MIHAWKs. But not only, this art is fantastic, by the way. He's wearing like that white suit, just really cool in general. But Sanji, I don't think he's going to drop super hard. Actually, what's funny is like you see this little graph right here. It looks like it did drop super hard, but honestly, so let's see. Market price is about $95, right? Last sold, we have an 85. We got 100. Guys, he's going to be like one of the most playable cards like for the next like 2 to 3 sets, because when you think about it like this, like he is a staple in like literally like every red deck or every yellow deck, right? He's going to be played in Queen. He's going to be played in you know, in some variants of purple yellow Crocodile. He's gonna be played in Big Mom and Katakuri and probably Enel. There's just a lot of like decks that can play him. So I think that this card is gonna be super hard to come by. I got a bunch of packs, I think like what, 12 in total, and I didn't see a single one of them. He's definitely one of the hardest super rares to come by, especially the parallel. The parallel, obviously I saw a couple people pull him, but you know, you're going to be playing 4 of them, so you need 4 of these, which is going to make it a little bit more valuable, because you know, less and less are going to be on the market. So honestly, I don't see it dropping too much further down. Maybe it'll settle around like 55 to 70. But you know, I think even as the sets go on, I think this is going to be even more valuable than it maybe is right now. So that's Sanji. And then we have a Crocodile right here. So market price is $50, but the last sold is $90. So guys, Crocodile might be making a comeback here. I know it did go all the way up to about, was it 100? Because I checked a couple months ago, and I was considering selling mine, but I couldn't do that to my boy. But yeah, it was about $86, $85. Now it's up to about 90 last sold, which is really cool. I think it's great art. And if you guys are looking for like a collector, like obviously as far as like collectors go, Crocodile is super iconic. But you know, if you, especially like one of the first set, alt leaders are definitely going to be worth a lot in the future. So maybe pick some up now before everyone starts looking at the price and seeing it's $90. And you know, maybe you can pick one up for like 50, 60 bucks from someone that, you know, is looking to get rid of it and get some rent money. And last card I want to talk about, promo Jimbo. Guys, this is all a very steep decline. So if we can see, it was about $54 in like early July. And then when the guy won the regionals in Gen Con, I don't know if it's regional or Treasure Cup, but when the guy won with Dofi, it jumped up to about $80 to $90, and now it is all the way back to about $43. Guys, I don't see Doflamingo, the blue Doflamingo, going to be a whole. I don't think it's going to be a very meta deck this set, so that's why it jumped down a lot. This card also could be reprinted as well, so if you are looking to honestly, like, maybe you can hold on to them and like it'll have like a collector's piece, because this obviously is like, you know, a promo that you have to get from a promo pack, and they're not making promo packs anymore. I would probably hold on to these though, guys, because I think in the future, obviously the cards like this are going to get reprinted for sure, but like obviously people are going to want like people are going to want the original, you know, like people want to max rarity their decks, people want super pre-release stamps, they're going to want the original holographic you know, original art for this Jimbo. If this ever comes in play again, if Doflamingo and a deck as generic as Doflamingo, I think probably will see play, because I mean, we're getting support already, like that blocker MIHAWK that is basically a Perona. So we're already seeing cards that are going to support. I would hold on to this Jimbo if you can. It'll probably go up, you know, if it doesn't get reprinted, it'll probably go back up to like $80, $90. If it does get reprinted, it'll probably settle around like 60, 65, and 43 is just a little bit too low. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys are, you know, thinking I didn't go over a certain card. I didn't go over obviously a bunch of cards because there's like a lot of changes going on. I didn't want the video to be like 30 minutes, but I just wanted to highlight a couple cards that I thought were really interesting and like their price points. So if you guys like these videos, let me know. I can do these probably like every like 2 weeks or something like that, every month. Just kind of go over some of the changes in the market. But guys, I will see you guys on the next one, and peace.